and welcome to our live crafting session this evening. My name is Jenny McCormack and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire in the UK. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are joining me live, do say hi. It's lovely to know who's watching and joining in with us. If you're watching on replay or catch up and you have any questions or comments, feel free obviously to add those as well in the comment section. We're back to a level of normality here after all the recent changes and the funeral of Her Majesty Elizabeth II. And so we're back to our normal Tuesday evening slot. It's currently 7 p.m. here in the UK. And my Facebook Live times for you as general rule are Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. in the UK, and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. So just that you know, and that's normally shown on the top of my Facebook page. I need to double check and see if that's what is there at the moment. I thought we would use a new stamp set today, well, new to me, and this, as you can see, is called This Birthday Piggy. And it is along the same lines as a set of stamps we had in the catalogue last year, but it has 3 different piggy characters, as you can see here. We have the piggy with the birthday cake and the balloon, we have the one tucked in the mud, and then we have one on a little lambretta or motorbike, whatever you want it to be, and that says happy birthday on the back of it. It also has some great little sentiments. So it's got "It's your birthday, hope it's the best, thinking of you." We've got "We enjoy the ride, go to your happy place and stay there all day," and this little piggy says happy birthday. Just going to be doing a straightforward card today, but tomorrow I'm going to introduce you to the coordinating dies that go with this set. And this set of dies has a little cart with some wheels and some extra wheels you can cut out, for example in black, and put on the top. It obviously cuts out the 3 pigs from the stamp set. And then we have extra little bows, flowers, leaves. We have this really useful grass edging here, so I'd be interested to see how that comes out. And we have a little banner, and then little elements that go with the set. And there's also this tiny little bird. And in the stamp set, there's also a separate little butterfly, which has its own tiny little die here. It also has this, although this looks a bit like a mermaid's tail, it's actually a bandana that you can put round the neck of the pigs. And obviously with this little sort of crate on wheels, you could put other things in there as well, whether it was flowers or other characters, and there's a little embossed banner. But for today we're just going to be using the stamp set. So if you are watching, do say hi. The dies are available only until the end of September. They are part of our Perfect Partners programme. Bit of a mouthful, isn't it? This includes the apple blossom dies that we've already used. I think it was the week before last. There's the fresh cut stems that matches the fresh cut flowers stamp set. And then we have 4 others as well. So these are the Playful Piggy dies. The dies on their own are £29, but you can buy them with the stamp set and get your 10% discount for $45.75. Hi Louise, Jane, Jeanette, Scott, hi, Linda, hi. Thank you all for joining me. There's the waterfall dies, tree trimmings and the Yetis. So there's a whole series of them, there's 6 altogether. And if you go to my website and look on the right hand side, you'll see the perfect partners link and you can see all of those products. They don't appear, the dies don't appear in the catalogue. So I'm just going to be doing a fairly straightforward card today. I've got a base white card. I've got a piece of Pacific Point card that's 1/2 centimetre smaller. I've got this lovely striped rainbow card from one of our paper packs. And then I've chosen, hi Linda, Scott and Jeanette, hi. Scott, I hope your mum's doing okay. So sorry that she's under the weather and in hospital and that you can't get to see her. It's so frustrating. And Linda, I'm so sorry to hear your news as well about your holiday being cancelled. This piece that I've chosen here, the scalloped stitched piece, is from our scallop die set. And it's really pretty die and I love this stitching around the edge and it does a lot of the work for you. So I'm just going to be using that, and I think I'm not quite sure which piggy I'm going to stamp. I think I'm going to do the birthday one with the balloon and the cake. Sorry, that's shining. Let's move that one out of the way. I do have the one on the scooter to hand though. So if you have a preference, I can switch over, but I could stamp one of each anyway. And obviously, depending on which one you choose, you could have this either in portrait or in landscape. So he would just about fit on there between the stitching, and this one obviously would fit that way really, really nicely. So let's go for the balloon, I think, and then a sentiment on the top. Sentiment I've chosen is this little piggy says happy birthday, and I think, although obviously it's perfect for little ones, I think this is one of those sets that you could actually get away giving to adults as well as to children, especially if they like pigs. Okay, I haven't used this set before, so I'm just going to stamp this on my piece of grid paper. Okay, it's very sweet. So I'm going to stamp this and stamp my sentiment and then do my colouring in. And as I say, I will introduce the dies tomorrow. So just adding that, let me lift that up to the screen. Hopefully you can see that a little bit closer. There we go. And this is going to be the stamp set we're going to use for coffee and card this week on Friday and Monday. Okay, and I'm going to just ink up our sentiment. Just going to see how straight I put this on my block. Fairly straight. I'm going to pop this on the top here. Like so. This little piggy says happy birthday. Cute. Okay, so I'm just going to do some straightforward colouring of this. Nothing technical today. I think I'm going to have a little pink birthday cake. I've got light and dark polished pink, and there is some pink in my background paper. So I've stamped this in early espresso, which, if you know me, you'll know is my preferred ink pad for stamping. And just a little bit of the lighter pink. Like so. Let's have maybe a blue base for the cake, and then this that he's sitting on could be grass, it could be mud, so you could really do that ground underneath in any colour you wanted to. Let's add a little bit of Mango Melody for the candle flame. And let's do light green candle. Like so. And actually that's just picking out some of the colours of this backing paper as much as anything. I think I'll do this colour for the balloon as well, why not? So this is Parakeet Party, one of our in colours. So I'm just going to put this darker shade here, like so. Tiniest dot there. And then just going to bring this round here, leaving this area like so. It's a very sweet set. I've had the set for a short while, probably a couple of weeks. And then when I saw that the dies were coming, I added the dies separately. But obviously if you haven't got either and you like them, then you could buy the dies and the stamps together for your discount. So our little piggy can be all sorts of colours. You can have a bright pink for your pig, you can have a paler pink. I've got petal pink, which I quite like. You could also use any of the colours for the skin tones, and you could also have a patchy pig with mud and things like that. Let's put a bit of ground on the bottom. I think I'm just going to use a little bit of light crumb cake here. So not necessarily mud. I am looking forward to using that die that's got the grass edging. I think that would be really useful for so many things. There we go. Okay, so all that's left is for me to colour my little pig. So let's see, this is light and dark petal pink, very well used. This one, as you can see, I've had since July 2018. I've stopped dating them now. Okay, so I'm just going to use the dark around the edges, and I like to use this sort of slightly feathering motion to bring this in. Like so. And I'm completely put out because of course we didn't have coffee and card yesterday, so we had coffee and cards in toaster today, so I should be thinking it's Monday and therefore Tuesday tomorrow, and of course it's Tuesday already. So looking forward, we have a team meeting on a Tuesday evening, so I'm looking forward to that. I've designed a new make and take for the team. Okay, just adding a little bit of light flirty flamingo here, and I'm going to do the same for a little sort of rosy cheek. I'll just lift that up so you can see it, like so. Hope you can see that. And then I'm going to blend that all in with the light petal pink. So just going to blend this in, so. And although these are different pinks, they will blend in quite nicely together. There we go. I better find some more of these blends pens before Friday. So I do have a spare set of the popular blends pens, the main colours that I use. But since I've done my craft room, I haven't actually located my spares, which means some of them are running on basically empty. So as we'll all want pink or brown pigs, I will need to find my spares. Okay, so there's his little tail, or her tail. Let me lift that up so you can see it. There we go. So this little piggy, there he is, it says happy birthday. And I'm just going to literally layer these up like so. Let's just give this little piggy slightly darker. Trotters. And again, I'm going to blend that in. I think the one with the scooter is rather cute too. So I think when I come to do one tomorrow in the morning, I shall use the scooter stamp and the scooter die. Okay, so I've just got a white base layer. This is Pacific Point, and this is obviously multicoloured. So let's just put those layers together. And we'll keep this short and sweet. Okay, so just positioning that. So this piece of blue card is 10 centimeters by 14.35. This piece of designer series paper is 9.5 centimeters by 14.85. So you'll see I'm going to the edge, but not right on the edge. Okay, let's pop that in there. Like so. And then we've got our little piggy. You can have this slightly higher centre, or you can have it in the middle. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to pop it up with some dimensionals anyway. Just grab some. Got lots of small ones. Don't really want small ones, but got some odd ones here and some edges. So just going to pop these in the corner. Hello Carol, I hope you're well. So hopefully these will be popular enough for coffee and card. I know not everybody likes sort of cute animals, but I think we can get away with a birthday piggy for sure. Okay, let's pop this corner one in here. So, and I am going to pop these odd pieces in the middle. Doesn't matter what it looks like, it's only the back, but you might as well use up the pieces of dimensionals. And then we're done. So a nice straightforward card. And just as a reminder, we have our weekly deals on this week. We have a new set of weekly deals that will start Wednesday evening, and that will be the last set then, because they run in September, but they will finish next Wednesday, which will be the 28th. Okay. There we go. Now I have got another stamp with a very similar birthday cake on that I could use, or I could stamp the whole thing on the front of my envelope and do that again and colour it in if I wished. Okay, and that's it. That's all I wanted to do for today. So do come and join me tomorrow. I will be back with the piggy on the Lambretta. Don't think you can see much of that. There it is. And I'll be using the dies tomorrow. So I hope you're able to join me. So if you're joining me live on Wednesday morning, that will be 10 AM. So I look forward to that. And if you're watching live from the UK, then I do hope you have a great evening. And if you're watching from somewhere else on replay, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon or evening. And I look forward to crafting with you again really soon. Thank you so much. Glad you liked the cute card. Simple and easy to start us off for this week. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Bye for now.